People suddenly want to listen to what he is going to say. People want to ask questions from him. My question is this: why? Mahatma Gandhi from India doesn't look like a movie actor. Besides, he is bald with wrinkled face and skin. But come to think of this, he is very attractive to many. Again, my question is why? Mother Teresa of Calcutta, okay, with bandaged shoulder and sometimes unable to walk properly because she is too old, becomes the mother of too many. She will embrace all the kids, carry some babies, and you will see the compassionate heart. And again, I ask myself, why? Nelson Mandela championed, okay, the very popular Nelson Mandela championed the human rights long time ago. His dedication and commitment is superb. And then I ask myself, why? Why their personality is so magnetic, so awesome? Because they are the leaders by example. I repeat, they are the leaders by example. They are 10,000 times, 100 times more attractive, not because, not because of only the brilliance of the mind, but because they have a compassionate heart. The compassionate heart, the kindness of Mother Teresa, the love, the brilliancy, the wisdom of Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela. And I even ask, how many times do I need to forgive? One time? Twice? Twice? 7 times? The Bible says 7,000 times more, Catherine. The Bible says. So it's kind of, Jesus Christ said that. And he is wonderful, magnetic personality. And it takes only one Jesus Christ to save the world. So let us all learn true wisdom. Wisdom coming from these great leaders of ours. It's been there since times immemorial. Let us learn from wisdom and not from consequences. Because I truly believe that these hands that we have should be used as praying hands. And this heart that we have should be used to radiate the unconditional love to humanities for global development. We need that. We need that now. Unconditional. Those money cannot buy. Because I truly believe God is checking us privately, correcting us. And if we are stubborn, God will correct us publicly. So that's it. Thank you so much, and God bless us all. I am Princess Ambassador Catherine, all the way from my beloved Philippines, the founder of His Art Gallery, a performing arts school with 7 branches here in the Philippines, and now giving free education to the children of the world. Okay. I'm into investment. I'm into auditing, marketing services, public. Yeah. And I'm pretty so happy to be here. Thank you, Ambassador Dr. General Eboya, Eboya, Eboya UC Holo, Charles. And thank you to all, even to Dr. Money. Everyone, God bless us all. Learn from wisdom and not by consequences. God bless us all.
Thank you, Princess Catherine. It was a wonderful to listen to you. Everyone loved it, and it was such beautiful thought like you. So, it is said that leaders should not work for self importance, but they should work for serving others. So now I would invite the next future leader, Elizabeth Lucas, to express his view on today's topic. Uh, Elizabeth Lucas, 1 second. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes.
Oh, what a wonderful time together again. I always like this lovely, wonderful, good looking, beautiful, and some precious leaders I am sharing this platform with. I want to say thank you, sir, Major General, Captain, Professor, Dr. Charles, the president and the founder of the Dynamic Peace Rescue Mission International. Before I move on, I want to salute all my friends, my leaders, my ambassadors, my doctors, my professors, my priestess. It's good to see you all. We need to relax and we need to socialize, So I love you all. I love you all. And I thank God for this opportunity again to come and share. And I also want to say thank God for this opportunity to come together. Because by we come together, we are learning together and we are sharing and we are also empowering ourselves. So I want to say thank you. The topic before us is leadership transformation for global development. I know if I say, are you a leader? I'm just wasting my time because every one of us are leaders. But what makes us a leader? A leader is someone who inspires, empowers others, motivates, encourages, and equips others to be a leader. A leader is someone who sees how things can be improved and challenge people to work towards making their vision, their dream, a reality. A leader is a person who influences a group of people to achieve, just as my priestess have said, Jesus is our influential. Is even the greatest, and even all the other religious leaders as well. Because I know I'm a Christian and I respect other religions. So they are all leaders and they influence us to become better. A leader is also, if I put it in 3 ways, person is a person in a position. It doesn't have to be a title. A leader works with people. You cannot isolate yourself. You have to work with people. And a leader has the purpose and to achieve and working towards achieving the purpose.
Madam, madam.
Yes.
Madam, I am extremely sorry to interrupt, but meeting has only 8 minutes left. I request you, if we get disconnected, kindly rejoin back. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, Dr. Elizabeth, but kindly rejoin back if we get disconnected. Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Dr. Elizabeth. Please continue.
Okay. So a leader, character of a good character of a leader is to produce a leader, not a follower. Leader must be humble, passionate, courage, and making a wise decision, and have the knowledge of what they are doing and why they are doing it. Because we are a leader, people will influence others and people follow us. But we want to encourage everyone that is following us to also know that they are also a leader and to help them and support them. And that will lead me to quickly mention how can a leader be transformed for the global development? How can a leader be transformed for development? Mindset is everything. I love mindset because without mindset change, we are going nowhere. We can talk from morning to evening, from January to December. If our mindset is not changed, we are wasting our time. So mindset is our storehouse for information. We have the fixed mindset and we have the growth mindset. There is fixed mindset, and that we assume that our system, our behavior, character, intelligence, and creative ability cannot be changed. That is fixed mindset. Our tradition, our religion, how we do things, how we teach, how we lead cannot be changed. That is fixed mindset. But fixed mindset will limit us. Fixed mindset will make us be in one place, in a comfort zone. Fixed mindset cannot encourage new ideas. But I want to believe that we don't want to limit ourselves with fixed mindset because it's about development. It's about progress. It's about moving forward. It's about faith. So fixed mindset is following the same standards and policies. But as a leader, we need to be learning every day. Professor will agree with me that when they become professor, their knowledge is not based on the class alone. They have to research. They have to look for many, many new ways. For instance, during this COVID, nobody knew about COVID before, but these scientists have to gather themselves together and research. How can we solve this problem? So they research every day until sometimes they come up with this vaccine and other ideas. So fixed mindset will not help us in that way. But however, growth mindset is when we believe that our character, our behavior, our ability, our system can be changed. And I think that is why we are here as the leader. That is why we are here to learn from one another. That is why we are having this kind of great meeting, this event. Because if we know it all, we will stay in our room. We will just be making decisions on our own. Because we don't know it all, that is why we are here as the leader, to learn from one another. So without growth mindset, we are not transformed and we cannot make a change. And without growth mindset, we cannot move forward. and we cannot perform. And that is why, as a leader, our man is a strong leader, an humility leader, somebody that humbles themselves to be able to listen to others and also to make a way. We are the leaders, we are the driver, we are the one on the top in respect of any title we find ourselves. So we need to determine to make a change, to be distinguished, to stand out as a leader, to be distinguished fellow leaders. Now the question is, are we ready to renew our mindset to transform our leadership? In Africa, we go through a lot. In Asia, the same problem. Here in UK, it's the same. USA is the same all over the world. And that is the why we are calling for the change. Change to progress, change to move on. We need to make a paradigm shift as a leader because we are the one leading the people. We are the one sharing and showing them the way. So are we ready to shift and make new direction? It is not too late to redirect and to make a better decision. Are we ready to humble ourselves and learn from others? Listen to our youth, listen to our children, listen to our women, listen to everyone, that we are opportuned to lead. Are we ready to humble ourselves? Because without us being ready, and without us renewing our mind, and without us taking our place as a leader and take the responsibility, we are just leading them in the wrong place. But I want to believe as a leader, we are here to do the right thing. Mindset is everything. And I pray for wisdom from above to be upon every leader so that we can do the right thing and lead the people to the promised land. My name is Elizabeth Lucas Apolalo, CEO of Yes You Can International. Thank you very much for inviting me. God bless.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Elizabeth. And now we would invite our next speaker, Professor Raghunath, to express his views on leadership. Professor Raghunath.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the invitation and participation. I really thank our Charles brother also. Let me start with a real story. Okay. Karishma ma'am, you are allowing me to tell a story now. There was a man, right, in India, right? He was having a, can you hear me? Kavita sister, I'm audible now? I'm audible. Okay, okay. Karishma ma'am, I think you have to unmute it because I'm not. Okay, okay.
Kindly be loud. There is a disturbance in Zoom. Kindly be more loud. More near and more loud.
Okay, okay. See, there was a man in India. It is audible now? Okay. He was having a small car. The car name is Fiat. I think Dr. Kavita will be telling the same story because she may be knowing this. He is having a small car. It is the Fiat, right? There are so many cars available in India. It is one of the, the brand name is Fiat. Now, presently, the Fiat is not there, Elizabeth's sister. It is out of, market. One fine morning, what happened, no? The concerned person was called from the bank. You have not remitted the loan amount to the bank. The concerned person talked to the bank manager, give me 1 month time, right? I'll remit the loan amount. He is none other than Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indian Prime Minister. That is the quality of the leader. Now, most of the leaders are Elizabeth's sister, Kavita's sister, same spelling, right? Leaders means you have to take the D from it, E from it, A from it, L from it, E from it, and R. They are all dealer. They are all dealer. Presently, 70% of the leaders are dealers of money. They are just following really the development. According to me, leadership transformation to for global development means yes, exactly through this motivation aspects of a leader, innovation should be there. That is exactly the definition of the leadership transformation for global, the global development. I think Dr. Kavita will be agreeing with me. It is purely a psychological aspect. Dr. Kavita can give a lot of training regarding this. But now most of the leaders are, all critics. They are really spoiling the quality or the capability of an individual. See, world is having a lot of critics, but instead of that, let we have the a motivator so that you can develop the quality of a person motivated in such a way that he can really realize his strength and he will be going for really the innovation. I think you will agree with that. See, the motivation should be the main aspect of a leader. I think Dr. Kavita can do only two things. That is what I believe. Because he can communicate well and he can motivate well, like me. We know pretty well only two things. I think Elizabeth's sister also will agree. We can communicate and we can motivate. Through these two things, we are, really trying for a change. Through two things. That is the real leadership. That is the real leadership which I want to tell you. But most of the people are dealers now because they become leaders through the political power. Agreed? Through the recommendations, through the money power. They are not leaders at all because they never worked as what sister was talking about. A leader is having a lot of followers. Am I right? But they never worked as a follower. Because if you want to become a real leader, they should become also a follower and work totally years and years to gain the leadership quality. And according to me, the leadership quality is nothing but leader means they should really develop the quality of listening. Am I right? L. And of course, the most important thing, I think Dr. Kavita will be saying more about this thing. That is what I believe from her smile, empathy. Most of the leader, yeah, right? The empathy should be there. Or actually, most of the 70%, 80% leaders doesn't have an empathy and they don't have a listening power also. They have got a commanding power. They are not the leaders. They are maybe managers from USA. Leadership management, it is entirely different because we used to give a lot of training in this regard. So listening, of course, should be developed and it should be given a proper training for the leaders. That is what I believe. And empathy should be there. LE, and of course, Charisma Mani ma'am will agree that the attitude, the proper attitude should be there. Am I right? I see Kavita's sister, proper attitude will be there. But the attitude of the most of the leaders are to make money. And most of the leaders are to, see, the thing is they want to see that rather the kid and kid are entering into a particular position because of the recommendation of, and other things. And of course, the D point, I just want to dedication. And they should be disciplined. I don't think, Elizabeth sister, you will also agree that dedication and discipline aspects of the leaders, if you take 70 to 80%, are absolutely nil. And the enthusiasm point, not at all there. Enthusiasm point. Yes, enthusiasm point is there. That's why I came with a big pocket, but I don't have any money. But most of the leaders are coming to make the money. Kavita sister will send some money. That is what, see, most of the leaders are making. I mean, their attitude is to make money. No dedication, no discipline aspects. Even, see, if you want to become a real leader, yes, you have to show some example, to make the example of the leadership. It is not there. Most of the leaders, they are not showing, and the enthusiasm to work and serve the people, it is not there. Talking this point along with Dr. Kavita. See, most of the leaders are receivers, Kavita sister. I think Ramesh sir also will agree. Most of the leaders are receivers. They are not the givers. The leaders should be the givers. Then only we can call them as leader. And of course, they should be responding. But most of the leaders, we could find out that they are really reacting to the situation, not responding to the situation. So the entire result will be a negative one. So what I ask Karishma Mani ma'am and Charles sir, see, there is a big psychologist, my sister, Dr. Kavita is there. Give her a chance. She is also a psychologist like me. Give her a chance to, give the concept of the motivation and all other aspects. What are the qualities we should really implement as a leader so that we can really transform the leader to a motivator? Actually, the leadership transformation is a psychological aspect. It is nothing but leadership transformation through the motivation. We are developing the motivation of a leader, and they are going for the innovation. Okay, I think my time is also, I think it is almost 10 minutes because Krishnamani ma'am is smiling. Anyway, I really thank you for giving me such a kind of opportunity. And I also thank Charles brother and Krishnamani ma'am for giving a wonderful opportunity and to share my ideas. Thank you, my dear friends. We will meet again. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Raghunath. And definitely, a leader should develop a quality to listen to others as well. But those who want to become a great leaders, they don't tell you what to do, but they show you how it's done. So, with this, we invite our next speaker, as Raghunath sir had requested to give Kavita madam a chance. So, let's invite our next speaker, Dr. Kavita, to please present her views.
Thank you so much, Honorable Professor Dr. Charles, and ever smiling Dr. Karishma Mani, and my wonderful brother, Professor Raghunath, and all the other dignitaries, and my dear sister, Dr. Elizabeth. I know most of them here. That's so lovely. I think the world is so small that we keep meeting again and again. So thank you so much. So to start off, I'm known as the Happiness Women. I spread happiness across the globe and receive a lot of accolades and awards for talking about happiness. I'm a psychologist, as my brother, Dr. Professor Raghunath, has just mentioned. Being a psychologist, I thought that today, let me talk about the mindset of a leader. What exactly is the mindset of a leader? Much before I talk about the mindset of a leader, I would like to narrate 5 stories, and the stories are pretty short, not to worry so much about it. And so we try to get an insight into what has really made them a leader. To really start off, let me start with an American story. Martin Luther King, the most prominent leader in the American civil rights movement, he made a speech at Washington. He said that I have a dream that my 4 children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. The leader's first quality, a leader is quite clear on what he wants, what he or she wants. If someone is muted, someone is unmuted. That's the reason why I'm getting this disturbance. Can you please unmute, please? Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. So, if you have to really look at the various leaders, the first quality, the first mindset, because more than the basic skill sets, more than the basic abilities, more than the educational qualifications, what is so important is the mindset. Most of the behavioral psychologists have put it across. The mindset of a leader is much more important than their skill sets. So, my first story of Martin Luther King, it talks of what a leader wants. When someone is becoming a leader, he or she is very, very clear what they really want in life and how they are looking at things in life. My second story, the small story, goes to I take way back to Alabama in US. Rosa Parks was sitting on that seat in a bus, in a public transportation, which was actually reserved for the colored section. The driver of the bus told her, "Don't sit, this is not your space to sit, please move." Despite getting many instructions, she didn't move. She didn't bother to move. She just sat there. For sitting there, not for not listening to the instructions given by the driver and for not following the rules that is set up where there is equality of rights, the equality of rights is considered. She's lost her job. She received a lot of threats in her life. Despite that, she didn't leave. She was standing on her stand. And she has become one of the most powerful icons in the modern civil rights movement. So what do we learn from this mindset of this leader? We do learn that a leader takes action. First, a leader knows what to do. Second, a leader takes action, because just knowing what to do is not enough. A leader should be in a position to take action. Let me go to my third story. My third story talks about our past president of India, Dr. Abdul Kalam, an aerospace scientist, globally known, and he served as the 11th president of our country. A great personality, known for his humbleness, known for his team spirit, and known for how to really look at life. I'm from a place called Sriharikota, where we launched the rockets. This is the launching station of India, one of the launching stations of India. I am born and brought up there. So you can see my speed, I'm from that space. I'm mostly from the rocket science, so my speed is also like that. So when the first time when the rocket was shuttled to be launched, it was a failure. And you know pretty well the whole media, because that's the first time India is launching something like that. The whole media, the whole press was standing, and I was in my 4th grade or so, if I remember well. I was in my 4th grade, so we were all taken to witness the launch. After the launch, after the failure, the whole media has put up the mics, and they were questioning, they were actually kind of asking so many questions. And he said, team will not go. It's me who goes there. He goes to the media. He goes and answers them. We are sorry. We are still experimenting. We are still learning. So we are going to do that. After a few years of expertise, we gained an expert on that, and it was a success launch. The same media again came there. They asked if we want to talk to you, Dr. Kalam. He said, I'm not going to talk. My team is going to talk to you. A true leader uses the senses, the sensory observations and ability to stand and give that confidence that I am there. That feeling of owning, that feeling of me, that is so important for a leadership quality. So what do we learn from this leadership quality of Dr. Abdul Kalam? We learn that a great state of mind is so important. It is not that I escape away from a situation because the situation is bad and it is not demanding. I stay when there is a crisis. So this is an area where we learn that a great leader should have a great state of mind. The fourth quality, what I believe, a leader should have the sensory awareness, irrespective of failures, irrespective of losing out many a times. A leader shouldn't lose the faith. A leader shouldn't feel that this is an end of it and I'm not going to attempt again. I'm going to take up the case of Thomas Alva Edison. He's given in this quote, I have learned, I have not failed. I have learned 10,000 ways of how not to do a thing. And finally, he has invented the electric bulb. The biggest quality of a leader is like how beautifully or how well a leader can actually have that sensory awareness and how well he understands this isn't working. This is not working at this point of time, taking up all my senses. So what do I do next? How do I move about? The last quality of a leader, I believe, makes a true leader is the behavioral flexibility. As I mentioned the story of Thomas Alva, as I mentioned the story of Thomas Alva Edison and then Dr. Kalam, the behavioral flexibility is one aspect. When there is an issue, when there is a problem, when there is something that a person has to attend to, a person shouldn't get back. The person should be there. Also, a leadership quality is more that has got to do with the mindset rather than the skill set. Skill sets is important. I don't mean to say they're not important. But without a mindset, a skill set, a qualification doesn't really work. It doesn't really stand. So I end my talk by stating that all we need to focus on as a psychologist to become a successful leader, change the mindset. And I think I agree to all the points that has been put forward by my previous speakers that with all these things, the most important thing is the mindset. You don't need to have money. You don't need to, as my brother says, he has a big pocket, but no money. That's okay. But you're still a leader, the most powerful leader. That's more important. You don't need to have money. You don't need to have qualifications. You don't need to have skills. All you need to have is that mindset that you can do something better. I think as long as one person has a mindset, things are done. So thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. It's been a pleasure being a part of this platform. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kavita. And it is said that leader has the quality to turn the negative situations into the positive one. So with this, we invite our next speaker, Eda. Next speaker, Eda. Yes. Are you ready?
Eva.
Unmute yourself.
Thank you.
Yes.
One moment, please. I use a translator for speaker. Good afternoon to all for you, and thank you for this important invitation. Thanks to Prof. and General Eboria, our friend and international director of Tripla Difesa Onlus. My name is Seda Giuberti. I'm the international president Tripla Difesa and the founder. Our organization was born in Italy in 2011, 10 years of volunteering. We are joined all the invitation launched by the United Nations and in particular the 2030 agenda, which included 17 program points, is very important. No poverty, no hunger, cooperation, justice, many level for help humanity in the world. We are building a new generation of human rights defenders, and we need everyone's contribution. Thank you very much, because there are the most beautiful meeting that allow use to be unit even in the many kilometers that David use. Thank you. I don't speak English very good, and thank you for all. Very important. My heart this meeting. Unit in the world. All people. Thank you.
Thank you, Eda, and it was beautiful like you. Everything was beautiful like you.
Thank you. You are beautiful, and everyone beautiful meeting. Very good, very wonderful.
Thank you, Eda, and hope to see you also next time as a speaker. in DPRMI. Thank you for contributing today. So it is said a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. With this, I would like to invite the next speaker, Prince Olivet. Prince Olivet. 1 second, sir.
It's a great pleasure to be on this platform. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. I say good afternoon from Nigeria and good evening to
Sir,
everyone.
kindly speak up little louder so that we can hear you. You're not much audible to us.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yes,
Can
sir.
you hear
We
me
can
now?
hear you.
Okay. I say good afternoon from Nigeria and good evening to everyone in other parts of the world. I want to say a very big thank you to my big boss, General Professor Charles Eboria, the Global Commander of DPRMI. I thank God for this great opportunity given to me to be part of this program, and I didn't take it lightly. I thank God to be in the midst of these great speakers. So my thought is this. Concerning this program or this topic is a great topic because most of the problem we have globally today is as a function of dysfunction leaders. So we need a transformation of leaders, mindset, skill set, like the second to the last speaker have said, for us to be able to achieve a global transformation. So my thought this afternoon, I want to speak briefly on the influence of knowledge and innovation of a transformational leader. We are in a computer age, we are in a technology age. So we cannot do without that in this present time. First of all, I want to say that leadership is a combination of two major principal acts. Leadership is a combination of character and strategy. All the speakers that have been speaking, they talk about the strategy, the character of the leader. You know, character is what sustains us. They say your attitude determines your altitude. You can be promoted, but your character may not sustain you where you are. So if you want to be without any of these two elements, be without the strategy. But let your character be sustained. And building character and courage is not for you to destroy the independence and the initiative of those who are leading, but for you to build their independence, build their courage, build their tenacity and self-worth so that they will believe in themselves to do what they ought to do, even in the absence of a leader. So I want to establish this afternoon that as a transformational leader, there are three characteristics you have to have for you to impact the world, impact your organization, transform your organization, your community, your nation, and bring development to the society. Number one is that you must have a goal. A leader without a goal is going nowhere. So your goal will give you direction, your goal will give you perception, your goal will build it and be a foundation for you to lead well. And because of time, I'm going to rush. And the second aspect is that a transformed leader must be focused. If the word of God says, if your eye is single, there will be light all over your body. You should not be distracted in doing this, doing that. At the same time, a transformed leader must be focused. And thirdly, a transformed leader must have an objective. Your aim and objective as a leader must be sacrosanct so that you will not be deviated from that which you are called to do as a leader. So therefore, transformational leadership reflects the fundamental attitude and presumption and assumption of an organization, of a group of people, of a nation, and of the society. So leadership style is critical. Leadership style is critical for higher performance. And this afternoon, I want to talk briefly about a transformational leader with a knowledge of innovation in this 21st century. In today's information society, the management of knowledge and innovation are key processes that enable us to create, to exploit, to build, to develop, and essential confidence and potential in those that we lead. On this basis, leadership style has been highlighted as a strategic factor for influencing innovation. If a leader is still in the old age, in the analog age, he cannot lead in this new age of innovation, innovational technology. So the style of leadership must catch up with the present time. That is one of the areas we have to look. So because of them, I'm going to rush to the influence of a transformational leader in technology and knowledge for innovation. Number one, a transformational leader must have charisma, he must have inspiration, he must have intellectual stimuli to stimulate his followers, to create a mindset that is renewed according to the present time. So an influential aspect of the transformational leader is that charisma, that intelligence, that intellectual property to lead people and bring them to alignment with this present age, to bring about innovation is very critical. So such leaders encourages good communication network. The transformational leader encourages good communication network, a good spirit of trust, and enabling transmission, and a good knowledge of Slack, understanding Slack in members and those who are able to switch automatically. All followers are not the same traits. There are some slow followers and there are some fast followers. So a transformational leader must be able to acknowledge this. Secondly, a transformational leader also influences the absorptive capacity of his followers for greater development, for greater impact, and for organizational growth. So leaders enable improvement of individual absorption by increased investment and research and development to strengthen the organizational absorptive capacity. Yes, allow your individual team to grow, to develop themselves personally. You cannot say you must be this, you must be that, and you must do it my own way. A transformational leader gives his followers the capacity to absorb and to learn, and to bring it into being, into the organizational goals and aim and objectives, so that will bring about increase, expand investment, and bring about growth. Thirdly, because of time, a transformational leader also stimulates the transfer of explicit and tacit knowledge in individual and in organization. Yes, explicit and tacit. Some people are so explicit in their organizational structure and capability, but tacit strategy and style of leadership is the best. Yes. By this I mean a strategic use of generating knowledge and creating innovation in a tactical way, not in an explicit way. So tactic knowledge influences the strategy of variables such as organizational learning capacity, organizational innovation, and the organizational creative knowledge to meet up with the new trend in 21st century. And the fourth point is that transformational leaders confront reality by drawing on intellectual capital of know-how and learning. Confront strategy. You don't be concerned or explicit. You say, well, since they said this is the way I will follow, I will do it. No, you have to confront the new realities and bring about intellectual know-how and learning ability to your followers. Number 5, transformational leaders are the key integrating processes to construct a learning and a leading organization for good innovation. We are in computer age. Technology is advancing every day. From your country in India, they are experts competing with China in technology and innovation. So a transformational leader must catch up with this new trend. There are strategies in creating conducive climate to stimulate the discipline of organization through the learning of the followers to bring a positive development, a global impact. And this is very key. And lastly, finally, transformational leaders usually affect innovative behavior positively. Yes, we are talking about innovation and getting knowledge. There are positive innovation and negative innovation outside there. So you have to be positive in getting this creative innovation into your organization and into your system and into your personal life. You are not a garbage can whereby every form of innovation and knowledge you acquire, you grab it and absorb it. No, it will not do you any good. So you have to be strategic in discerning which innovation your organization will benefit from, which innovation, which knowledge, which idea your followers, your staff will benefit from. And on a global stage, as I try to round up, as a leader, your association determines your assimilation. I said that again. Your association determines your assimilation, which will bring about impartation. Because you're on a global stage, it's not everybody that will be your friend. Everybody that sends your friend requests are not to be accepted. You have to love everybody as commanded by God. You are not to be friend to everybody. Everybody cannot be your friend. So as a leader, as you are going up the pinnacle of leadership, your friendship becomes closer and reduced. It won't be a broad base anymore, whereby everybody is accepted into your life because their contribution to your life may affect you or destroy you. So that people in our life, they can either be a burden or a blessing. They can either be a help or a hindrance. They can either exalt us and exhaust us or diminish us. So as a leader, the Bible instructs us that we have to have a transformed mind. Now, second to the last speaker said, our mindset is critical as a transformed leader. The Holy Book said, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you will not be conformed to the system of this world completely. The system of this world is a Babylonian system, which grabs everything to themselves for their own good. Nebuchadnezzar said, I must be worshipped. Everyone in my household must come to my knowledge. Everybody must acknowledge me. Everybody must accept my principle, my tactics, my policy, and my decree.
Okay. Is Dr. Prince with us? 1 second.
Now, somebody, you don't always be creative. Always be creative to beat anyone's imagination in achieving corporate goals. Now, I have 2 more points that I round up. Earn the confidence and trust of your mates and those under you. Earn their trust. As a pastor, I got to earn the confidence of my members, of my followers, earn their trust. And lastly, constantly be thinking and working on how to add value to your work and organization and society. If you can do all this, from where you are, you transform where you are. Not only from where you are, transform. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Professor. I appreciate everyone in the house. Amen. Be the influence. Don't look for it outside. Inside you is a generator that can generate a generation. God bless you.
Yes, Apostle, my duty of a leader is influence, not the authority. So with this, we would invite our next speaker, Dr. Jayashree. She's been waiting for a very long time. Sorry to keep you waiting, ma'am, but we have quite a good number of speakers today. So yes, Dr. Jayashree, 1 second, let me spotlight you. 1 second, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Kindly unmute. Yes.
Hello, everybody. I'm glad to be here. This is Jayashree. I'm a special educator. I deal with children with special needs. And today I thank Dr. Professor Charles and the entire team of DPRMI for having me here today. And Karishma, I should say, I love your anchoring. You're so energetic and keeping all of us so lively and, enthusiastic. So I think that is where the first step starts as a leader. So Many of the speakers have very beautifully expressed their views, and many of them even probably took the examples of past leaders like Dr. Kalam, Einstein, or Thomas Alva Edison, and many people, right? But today, did all of us think why we are here? So, if you think for a second, we all know that because we are all leaders, we are all makers. Always the change makers. They just don't become leaders just in a jiffy. As our previous speaker said, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of dedication. It's a lot of sincerity. Because if a person want to become a leader, they should not go in search of any other Dr. Kalam or Mahatma Gandhi and all. The leader lives within you. So we as an individual should be the change. We should not wait for somebody else to come and us. If the nation has great leaders like Dr. Kalam and Einstein, who has invented the bulb and all that. So how did we have them? Because they dedicated their lives. Do you all know that Einstein was also dyslexic? Yes, I'm right. Einstein also was dyslexic. Me being a special educator, dealing with children with special needs like autism and Down syndrome, we all think that, any person who has a disability or something, they cannot be leaders. But Einstein and many more past leaders have proved that is wrong. Anybody can become a leader. The attitude matters a lot. What we think, how we think, how we channelize ourselves. Are we really working hard? Are we really working hard? People listen. Oh, it was such a wonderful speech. They'll just applaud you and forget it. How many of them are actually implementing whatever the motivational speakers? So the change can happen only when all of us here can go into the ground level and work and then bring the change. For others to come and, say that, okay, we should be the guiding light for others. That's what I feel. We should always keep doing what, just be focused. Like how, the horse has that agam, right? The saddle, how it is goal focused, when we on the saddles, right? It keeps the eyes focused. They close that eye, with that thing so that it's focused in one direction. So that is how our leadership also should be. If we have a focus on particular change making, thoughts. So we have to stick to that and make sure that we are implementing that and be the change. Looking at us, people have to, grasp the things, leadership qualities from us. As many of this already said, don't create followers, create leaders. How can you create leaders? By making the change by yourself. You have to be the change. Only then you can create leaders. And then leave out all the ego, the jealousy, and all those qualities should not be there in a good leader. Just keep, if the other person is, moving up the ladder, just applaud them, appreciate them. So appreciating, and then patience, being humble, and all these are the main qualities of a good leader. Only then you can be the guiding light. If all these qualities of, if you start feeling jealous that, oh, that person has, yesterday he was below me and today he's above me. If you start feeling that, then you cannot create more leaders. You should only be happy when you see the people whom you know or whom you're associated with, when they're growing more, appreciate that, then you will receive more appreciations in turn. You're not going to receive anything less. Believe me. Thank you, Dr. Karishma and Dr. Professor Charles, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Have a wonderful day. I hope, I wish all of you a very beautiful journey ahead, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jayashree. And I truly agree with you that a good leader should produce more leaders rather than producing followers. So yes, I totally agree with you. And with this, we have last speaker of today, Dr. Charles Solis. And after that, we have only 10 minutes left for the meeting, so we should, I think, wind up since the time is much more than 1.5 hours. So after this last speaker, we shall give maybe one minute to the people who are present here, but request you to kindly cut short your speech so that we can wind up soon. And time limit.
For giving me the invitation to be in this forum. I have listened from different parts of the world. I'm a world leader, and I've learned so much because it is said that it is that for have must drive will not be the drive want to be transformational, you know, so I appreciate so much. Present again whenever the
Thank you, Charles. And